Shalom Israel. I'd like to say all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors to the elders of GMS, and shalom to the elect men out there doing this work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. Right, and it's the brother Shalom. Okay, here with a quick lesson. Based off of Esau and the Caucasus Mountains. I just wanted to tap on this just a little bit briefly. Just to furthermore prove, that the scriptures is accurate as always. We've got a lot of scoffers and scorners out there, who don't believe in the accuracy of the Bible or, think it's one big fairy tale. So, I just wanted to touch on this brief lesson real quick just to show and furthermore disprove, these false claims of these people out here, all right? So, this is Job chapter 30, verse 1. It says, "But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdain to set with the dogs of my flock." Now that's talking about Esau, man. And Job was basically saying that he wouldn't have them nowhere near the dogs of his flock, man, because, with the so-called white man, they pervert everything, man, They fuck around and, have your dog all turned out, man, things of that nature, man. Doing all type of perverse things with your animal, man, Okay, so verse 2, it says, "Yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste." Right, for want and famine they were solitary. What, up in them Caucasus Mountains, man? Into what? A place desolate and waste, man. Because up in them Caucasus Mountains, man. Now what is really up there, man? Nothing but desolation and waste, man. Like how it gets into in Malachi, man. Okay, Malachi chapter 1. All right. It says verse 4, "Who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat." Right. So just to get into this a little bit, mallows. See what a mallow is. Okay, a mallow is basically what? A plant that grows in salt marshes. Okay, so out there in the Caucasus Mountains, you have nothing but salt marshes, man. The Caucasus Mountains are full of salt marshes. Okay, this extra, this is an example. Of like what a salt marsh is. It's just one little example here, But I'll get another example, another pointer to show what like a salt marsh is. You can't really see that too good, but I found another picture. Oh, this is a decent one. This is like what an example of salt marsh is, but they don't really have like the bushes around it to really further exemplify the point or whatever. But I'll find another picture to throw up for brothers. Okay, matter of fact, yeah, this is a pretty good one. Yeah, this is a perfect one right here. This is exactly the type of salt marshes that it was talking about, and it said what the mallows. You know what I'm saying? Are these flowers here? What you see? A mallow is a flower that grows around salt marshes. Okay, and they have like different colors of mallows, like pink, purple, white. And from the term mallow, that's where you get the word marshmallow from. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Mallow, a herbaceous plant with hairy stems, pink or purple flowers, and disc-shaped fruit. Several kinds are grown as ornaments, and some are edible. Right, and that's like I said, that's where you get the term. That's where you get the term marshmallow from. And as you can see here, what these pink or purplish flowers, man, around these salt marshes, around the bushes and things of that nature, man. Okay, to show you that the scriptures are accurate, man. And the Caucasus Mountains are full of those salt marshes. Okay, and this is a quick pointer here from Google Books. This book here, Dictionary of Geography, Descriptive, Physical, Statistical, and Historical. It's a long title, but the book is by Alexander Keith Johnston. Okay, and this quick point I wanted to hit right here. Well, as you can see, it's always talking about the Caucasus or Caucasia, whatever, Caucasus Mountains. Okay, it says, I'll start from here. It says, by the Caspian Sea, southwest by Karbada and Dagestan, and west by the Cossacks of the Black Sea, population, whatever. Okay, the country is flat and covered with salt marshes, man. Okay, climate warm. The soil is fertile on the banks of the rivers, and the steppes afford good pasturage, right? So, you know what I mean? Just that point, the Caucasus Mountains, they're full with salt marshes, man. Once more, just to show you brothers again, this image here, okay, of the salt marshes and these mallows that grow amongst the salt marshes, man. Just how it says in the scripture, man. Okay. So it says, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meats. Okay, now juniper roots is another thing that grows up there in Europe, man. Okay, all right, juniper. And this is kind of what some of one of the species of what they look like. Right, it says in Russia there are more than 24 species of juniper. They include trees and shrubs as widespread and rare. Okay, so okay, just go down a couple different hit this point right here. It says common juniper is found in the forests of almost the entire territory of Russia. So, this, like I said, this just furthermore just proves the point, man. Okay, and the European part, Siberia, the Caucasus, and that's our main focus here, is the Caucasus. That these juniper roots grow within the Caucasus Mountains and outside of Russia, Europe, North America, North Africa, and North America. Okay, there's another species right here, the Juniper longifolia. Okay, and this is a herb too, and I haven't looked over it in a minute, but I believe like the juniper roots are like real good, for strong promotion of your kidneys and things of that nature. If I'm not mistaken, I haven't looked over it in a while. Right, it says one of the most common species of juniper in the Caucasus. All right, most often found on the edges or as undergrowth in mountain forests, growing on poor, dry soils, rocky slopes, on the rocks and the sand. In this case, if the sand to sleep side branches, they take root and give rise to new bushes. Okay. Another one, the dwarf juniper, typical plant highlands, a low shrub with procumbent branches growing on the Crimean, Yala, alpine, and the subalpine zones of the Caucasus. All right. Another one here. Okay, that's the Siberian one. Okay, it's here you got the juniper red. Okay, different from the usual juniper, whatever that word is, rust red color. Increases in the Crimean and the Caucasus and outside of Russia, Iran, and the Mediterranean. Right? There's plenty different ones. You know what I'm saying? Just to show you, the accuracy. Okay, another one, the juniper smelly, grows in the Caucasus and in the Crimea. Is found in the Russian territory of Turkey, Syria, the Balkans, and Cyprus. Externally similar to the Turkestan juniper from other Caucasian juniper, is more shade tolerant and less drought. So that's an example of what that one looks like right here. The smelly juniper smelly. Okay. All right. So, that proves the point in point 4 that, in verse 4, that who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. So when the Mosai said that, they were eating mallows and juniper roots, the Mosai was dead serious, man. And that edification, those examples proves the point, man. Okay. It says, verse 5, they were driven forth among men. They cried after them as after a thief. Okay. Being driven away among men, starting with September Severus, pushing them up there into those Caucasus, okay? It says to dwell in the cliffs and of the valleys and caves of the earth and in the rocks. Among the bushes they brayed. Bray means to cry, okay? The root word is brayer, I believe, which means to cry. Say, among the bushes they brayed or they cried. Under the nettles they were gathered together. And nettle is another type of plant or another type of herb, and that's something that you can get from the herb store as well. I believe is good for like allergies and different cold remedies and things of that nature. So that's another plant or another herb that grows up there within the Caucasus. All right, it's nettle. Okay, it says verse 8, they were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were valid in the earth, and now I am I their song, yea, and I am their byword. So, these devils, they're valid in the earth, man. And it says what? they're children of base men, meaning of low degree, just as it gets into in the book of Obadiah, that they were what lower among the heathen, okay, and as it said what they are viler than the earth, okay. And I got some further edification on this book that I want to grab real quick, so just hold on 1 second, and I'm gonna grab this further edification for brothers, all right. Okay, so yeah, this is the further edification here I got, which is from this book, okay, called this is a book by Arthur Koestler called The 13th Tribe, okay, and basically this book was written by a so-called Jew who were trying to disprove that that us blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are not the true biblical Jews that the Bible speaks of. He wanted to try to disprove that. But, during his findings and during his research, he wound up coming to find out that his nation, the nation of Edom, which he doesn't really know that he's an Edomite, but, he came to find out that the so-called white man, that his tribe of people, that they basically were not Jews, and that they were just posers, basically, okay? And that's why this book is called The 13th Tribe, because he came to find out through his research that they are not the biblical Jews that the Bible speaks of, okay? So, just want to get into a few pointers here, just to prove the point, in Job chapter 30, verse, verse 8, that said how they were viler than the earth, okay, and they were men of base nature, okay? So I got a couple points here that I wanted to hit. All right, this is on page 37. Okay, hold on. Let me focus this up a bit. All right. Okay. Bear with me. Okay, it says yeah. Okay, and you had this Arab guy here, Ibn Fadlan. Okay, he was traveling with them, with one of the tribes of Esau, up there in the Caucasus, to basically discover their nature, see how they were, and to make a peace so that they can go through their territory, because during these times you had wars with the Arabs and you had wars with the people of the Byzantine Empire, and what remained in the way was the Caucasus Mountains, which Esau controlled at the time, so both sides, the Arabs and the sides of the Byzantine Empire, they were looking, to gain advantage through this territory. They both really wanted this territory, wanted to make an alliance, with the people of this territory so that they can have, the advantage over the other side, okay, over the enemy, all right? So, this guy, Ibn Fadlan, the Arab, okay, this is one thing that he said right here. It says, the next morning, one of the Turks met us. This is one of the tribes of Esau, okay, it says, he was ugly in build, meaning what his body was shaped, in a fucked up in horrible fashion, all right? Dirty in appearance, contemptible in manners, base in nature, okay? And that's just basically what it said, what in that scripture in Job, man, how they're base men, okay? Right, and to hit another point here, okay, on this next page, page 38, it says, okay, although they lead a hard life, they behave like donkeys that have lost their way. They have no religion which would link them to God, nor are they guided by reason. They do not worship anything. And studies show that 80 to 90% of these devils are atheists, man, that they don't believe in anything, okay? Or that they worship Satan, okay? So this next point here, it says the sexual mores of the Guz, this is another tribe of Esau up there in the Caucasus, and other tribes were a remarkable mixture of liberalism and savagery, okay? Savages, man, wild beasts, okay? It says that women wear no veils in the presence of their men or strangers, meaning they weren't covered up, as a woman should be, okay? That shows you that the white man doesn't have any order, man, right? And it says, nor do the women cover any parts of their bodies in the presence of people, man. So they just full all out fledged with it, all right? One day we stayed at the place of a Guz and were sitting around. His wife was also present. As we conversed, the woman uncovered her private parts, meaning her box, and scratched them, and we all saw it, man. Okay. Thereupon we covered our faces and said, "May God forgive us." The husband laughed and said to the interpreter, "Tell them we uncover it in your presence, so that you may see and restrain yourselves, but it cannot be attained." Okay. So this that just shows, man. That just shows the savagery, the vile, the base nature of the so-called white man, man. Okay. Why would you allow your wife, your woman, to do such a thing in the scratch? I mean, her box right there in front of people, man, just all openly out like that, man. All right. Okay. Another quick point. It says the Bulgars, another tribe. Okay, the Bulgars uh, of both sexes swim naked in their rivers and have as little bodily shame as the Guz, and you still have examples of that today. Okay, you know how Esau be over there in them I forgot. I think they call it like a sport or something. But how they be over there, naked and swimming in the rivers and things like that, jumping in some when it's all like, zero below and things of that nature, man. You still have examples of that today, man. So that goes to show more of the accuracy. All right. Says okay, this last point here, it says accustomed to the splendid baths of Baghdad, our traveler, this the Arab Ibn Fadlan, our traveler could not get over the dirtiness of the Turks. The Guz do not wash themselves after defecating or urinating, nor do they bathe after seminal pollution or on other occasions, man. So after going to use the bathroom, man, to basically take a shit, they don't wipe their ass, man. That's why the Most High called them bastards the lowest among the heathen, man. Okay? Nor do they bathe after seminal pollution or on other occasions, man. So, whatever they don't bathe regularly, man. They don't bathe regularly. After sex or any other special occasions, man. You come to bring somebody over, you don't take a shower or nothing, you know what I'm saying? You just all stinky, your garments is funky and things of that nature, man. Alright? Says they refuse to have anything to do with water, man. Like they scared of water, particularly in the winter. When the Guz commander-in-chief took off his luxurious coat of brocade to don a new coat the mission had brought him, they saw that his underclothes were fraying apart from dirt. Meaning what? His drawers were basically disintegrating, man. They were falling apart from the dirt that was upon it, man. Meaning he had to have them drawers on for months, man. To the point that they were just starting to fade away right off of his ass, man, from dirt, man. Okay? It says, for it is their custom never to take off the garment they wear close to their bodies until it disintegrates, man. Meaning until it literally just becomes nothing, man. Okay? Never to take off the garment that they wear close to their bodies until it disintegrates, man. That is disgusting, man. All the type of diseases and things that you can catch within your rod and things of that nature, man. But that's a so-called white man for you, man. Disgusting, vile creature, man. Alright? Another Turkish tribe, the Bashkirs, shave their beards and eat their lice, man. And that goes to show you that what? The so-called white man is an animal as well. Because they're the only ones that get lice, man. And yet they eat their own lice, man. Okay? Just like dogs, man. Alright? Dogs get lice. White people, the so-called white man gets lice, alright? They search the folds of their undergarments and crack the lice with their teeth. When Ibn Fadlan watched a Bakshir do this, the latter remarked to him they are delicious, man. So, that just goes to prove the point, man. It's really no need to go further on in here, man. I just wanted to hit those quick pointers to show that the scriptures were on point as far as this devil's, dwelling up in the Caucasus Mountains, them eating the mallows and the juniper roots and up there in the Caucasus, and the fact that they are truly valor than the earth, man. Okay, and this is all the times, and through this book, 13 tribes, this is all the times in which they were in the Caucasus Mountains and the different tribes, and how valor and how disgusting they were, man. So, so with that, brothers, I hope this lesson was edifying, to shed a little more light on the scriptures, and to add, further edification for brothers out there. Okay, so, with that, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, double honors to the elders of GMS, and shalom to the elect men out there, doing this work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. Shalom, death to America.